Good evening and welcome to the Nighttime Heat tonight, right here on Prom FM 105.5. This program is also being relayed by Radio Gegema, that is in Imakande, Radio Kwatika in Bon County, and of course, Radio Wologisi in Lofa County. We are streaming live tonight on Prom FM Morovia 105.5. Again, Prom FM Morovia 105.5. We are streaming live. We are also streaming live on our Facebook page. That is the Nighttime Heat Facebook page. And of course, we're also streaming live on our Nighttime Heat YouTube channel. Just tap Nighttime Heat. And of course, you're going to watch the show on YouTube. And of course, you're going to watch the show on Facebook as well. Well, Sabo George is my name. I'm sure my panelist, Moses, is already on. Very shortly, I will introduce Moses. Bring it on. And of course, I know Edwin Famula. Edwin is also on his way. And shortly, Edwin will be in studio. Well, tonight, we'll be looking at three major discussions. But key amongst those discussions will be the case, as you're quite aware, the case involving the managing director of the National Port Authority, Sekou Dukli, and a Chinese investor has taken a dramatic twist. What happened? We'll be hearing also and reading you some of the excerpts from the police report. Tonight, also, we'll be looking at the speech. We'll be doing an analysis of the speech delivered by the outgoing Lands and Mines Minister, Wilmer Pay. You know, Wilmer Pay was sacked just a few days ago. And of course, Wilmer Pay has already delivered his outgoing speech. And we'll have that video. We'll be playing that later on for you. And also understand that the president, His Excellency, today addressed an investment forum, an investment forum in Paris, France. What did he say? And of course, what could be the dividends from this forum? We'll be talking about that tonight as well. Let me try to welcome Moses quickly. Moses, welcome to the program. Welcome, Moses.
Yeah, do you hear me? Okay, yeah, so thank you. It's a pleasure to be back.
Okay.
I came ready, man, to hit the ground running.
I know you came ready. I like that. Let me welcome Edwin also. Edwin Famula. Edwin, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good evening to you, Brother Moses.
It's very low.
Hello?
Mr. Famula is low.
Yes, he's loud now.
Speak up. Yeah, speak up.
Good evening to you, Brother Moses, and to our listener. I'm glad to be
good
here.
Good evening, Mr. Famula. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, so gentlemen and listeners, kindly share the show. We want to share the show tonight. The promise is very interesting. Tonight we are streaming live as usual on Prom FM Morovia 105.5, and also we are streaming live on our Facebook page. That is the Nighttime Heat Facebook page. We are also streaming live as usual on our YouTube channel. Just tap Nighttime Heat, and of course, you're going to watch the show on YouTube. We wanted to share tonight's show. It promises to be very, very fantastic. I'm sure you've been hearing, you've been reading, you've been listening also on radio about the case involving a Chinese investor and the managing director of the National Port Authority. We got some documents. We'll have some videos also will be playing, but we sought to also invite the Chinese national in studio. So he's live with us tonight, and of course he has come also with his interpreter, because I'm sure there will be some things that you want to express, but unfortunately the English may not be connecting, so he has brought his interpreter as well. So Moses, let me ask you to welcome the Chinese investor,
thank you. So it's a pleasure to have you tonight. This is what we do on this show, the Nighttime Heat. we like to be balanced. So it is indeed a pleasure that you are here tonight to tell the people of Liberia what is happening, your own side of the story regarding the allegation leveled against the managing director of the National Food Authority. So it's a pleasure to have you. Thanks for coming.
Okay. Mr. Down, you heard him? He said, thank you for coming.
I say that.
Yeah, no.
Oh, he said to me,
yeah,
thank you for coming. Thank you everyone here.
Okay, so that's good. Evan, you can also greet our guest tonight.
Well, on behalf of our team here, the Nighttime Heat, we want to say thank you for coming so that we, at least the Liberian people, can hear your side of the story, because it has been conflicting information out there in the public. So this is what we do. We want to hear from your side, then the rest will be for the Liberian people to judge. Thank you.
Okay, so I think Oliver, you see the same link. Kind of bring Oliver on board. Oliver is trying to connect. Oliver from the UAE, one of our guests also is trying to connect. Welcome to the program, Mr. Dan.
Sorry everyone, but I'm not sure I can understand all the English well. The very important words I don't want to mistake, so I want an interpreter for explain to me everything. And next, I want to explain everything. I'm not sure I can explain clear, so I still need the interpreter.
So what's the name of the interpreter? What's your name?
I'm Victor Ulugay.
Okay, Victor Gay will be depending on you tonight.
I want to explain everything.
I'm here for.
I'm not sure I can explain clear, so I still need the interpreter.
Okay, so Oliver, welcome you to the program as well. Oliver, welcome to the program. Okay, Victor.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I want to explain everything.
I'm here for.
Yeah, thank you, Sabor.
Okay, all right. So Oliver will also have with us in studio the Chinese investor who has been on the back of Sekou Douklé, the managing director of the National Food Authority. We have some documents. We'll be also asking questions. We have some videos as well. We'll be playing. So hoping that he's comfortable tonight to appear on the program. Now, Mr. Gay, I understand you are the interpreter for Mr. Dan, the Chinese national. First, we want to know, what is the whole situation? How did he come in contact with Mr. Douklé? Where and when?
杨丹他说他要知道所有的情况，你和 Douklé 什么时候见面的，然后在哪里见面的
？OK， 因为我认识他2年多，如果说我要把这整个过程说出来的话，会占用很长时间，我只能摘取重点。你问他可不可以
？So he said he had been knowing Mr. Douklé for 2 years now. If he decided to narrate the whole story, he would take days to do that. So he wished that he can just say the main point. Is that okay with you?
Yes, the main point. Okay.
OK，
So part of the main point is, when did they come into contact to arrange a business deal?
Yeah.
Part of the main point.
他说最重要的要跟他讲那个时间，你们什么时候见面的，关于什么地方
OK
说了什么。
OK， so sorry， 我们在 Colony Hotel 2023年的3月份我们认识。
So he said they first met at a Colony Hotel in 2023 in March of 2023. That's where they met in Colony Hotel.
Okay, so in March 2023, when they met, what was the discussion around a business deal? What was the discussion?
他说你们谈一些什么？
一个朋友，他也认识，我也认识。他之前在 Colony Hotel 工作的，后来呢，因为我在这里考察这个国家，想要做一些生意，那个时候我已经有一些工作在做，但是他依然很热情的介绍我说，他 Douklé 也是一个 businessman， 所以说你们有没有各自的长处，然后合作一起做一些事情，然后我们就这样认识了。但是这个朋友因为工作的调度 他现在人居住在美国。
So he said when they met at Colony, because he knew a friend of his, and this friend is also friend to Sekou Dukle. When they met at Colony, that's how he made an introduction between the both of them. And then he explained the economic environment of Liberia to him, and he said Sekou was interested in doing business with foreign investors. That's how he got in contact with Sekou. But then now the person who made the introduction is currently residing in the US.
Okay, so that was in 2023, right?
Yes.
Okay, so they both of them agreed, I'm sure, after the discussion, they agreed to establish a business. So what happened in the interim?
他说你们当时认识的时候已经了解好了，决定了一起合作。已经确认完后发生了什么事情？
OK， 初次见面我们没有决定要一起合作，因为我们要互相考察对方啊，是值不值得信任。他当时给我展示的是他是一个很 strong， 是一个很强大的人，是一个很强大的生意人，然后呢财务状况也不错，然后呢我们互相展示了一下真实的状况，然后他跟我提出来要做水厂跟采矿，然后我觉得他的点子不错，然后呢他就深入的跟我聊这些所有他的计划。
So he said when they met first, they just make friends, and then doing business of this caliber, you need to understand the person's background, and the person also have to have understanding of your background.
Okay.
So they started to do mutual investigation on each of them, and then Dukle got to know him, and he got to know Dukle to be a very strong person and a big businessman in Liberia, both in Liberia and where he have lived.
Okay, so listeners, I want you to follow the show. I want you to share the show as well tonight. We have voice in studio, the Chinese investor that's been on the back of the managing director of the National Port Authority, accusing him of some irregularities. I have one of my panelists who just joined us again, George Kennedy. George, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Sabo. I'm happy to be here tonight. I'm sorry I wasn't here the last time.
Yes, I know you're not feeling well.
Yeah, because I was under the weather. However, when I got a lineup, I said, look, I have to make my way there because this is more helpful because at least an investigative report on this issue is out.
Okay.
We can easily be able to go in depth and stuff. You know?
Okay, so again, let this.
So as I was saying, he then mentioned that they agree to do many businesses, but then they'll decide to start with a water factory.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where he started.
Okay, so when they agreed to start with the water factory, I know my other colleagues will soon come in. How much did he put forth as either initial or starting capital?
他说你们决定做那个水厂的时候，你决定你同意付多少钱？
我们没有在这个国家造过厂，所以说呢，我们的那个预算呢是不准确的，所以当时我们的协商呢就是说，控制在哪个区间范围之内，然后呢，大家各自占的比例，然后大家各自出自己那一份该出的钱。
So he said, when they had the final discussion, it wasn't in Liberia.
Okay.
So, and then the both of them have not done water business at that time. So no one can put forth the actual amount they were going to spend in the making of the plan. So what they decided was they will craft an agreement, and everybody will have their percentage to put, but not an actual price.
So what was his percentage when they crafted the agreement?
他说你的比例是多少？
他是34%，其他的是我的。
So he said, Mr. Dukle's percentage was 34%,
yes.
34%, and then the rest was his, which is around 66%.
So let me ask, in trying to establish or setting up or establishing a water factory business, you need to acquire the land. You need to build the factory. How much did he invest? That's the question I'm asking.
他说 造水厂的时候要一场地，然后需要盖一些路，你付了多少钱？你花了多少钱？
你说是最后造完了之后，我总共花了多少钱是吗？
从开始到
OK 不含前期调研、考察、学习的准备的阶段的花销，在利比里亚至今花掉了253万美金。
So he said, without the inclusion of the survey fees and all the relevant, review money expenditure he did, the total money he spent from the initiation of the project to current status is around 2 million.
2.5
2.5 million.
2.5 million. Does he have any documentary evidence to prove that?
他说你有没有证据？有指纹证据？
我有4个卡通的证据。
So he said he have 4 cartoons filled with
I got
documentary
all
evidence.
Sorry, I got all the. I carry the team here, the Chinese team and the many local employees. So everything, bookkeeper, accountant, and the finance, and the receipt in my consular office.
Okay.
Everything is clear.
Now, if you can spend $2.5 million as capital that you invested, how much did your business partner Sekou also invest?
OK， 杜克里他之前说他要给钱的，但是他是真实的给了一个33万美金啊，但是呢，他给完之后他没有说是投资水厂的，他在给完之后叫我给他盖房子，给他买医院的设备，给他买各种汽车配件、豪华手表、各种豪华装饰跟衣服。
Okay.
So he said, from the initial stage, Douglas was to make his contribution. But then when he was away, Douglas sent him 330,000 United States,
美金。
yeah, United States dollars. And then Douglas, in return, asked him to build him house, send him hospital materials, some jewelries, including watches, car parts for friends,
furnitures
and
pay for his wife's or fiance's business plane tickets. A lot, too many.
And
I
then
can't remember all the details.
he had to pay for some air ticket for travel for his fiance or wife, like that.
Not only his fiance or wife, his friend, a lot, family.
And his
From the US to Liberia to Morocco to China to Guangzhou to everywhere.
Let me ask: is it on that 330,000 that he had to spend? Or, I mean, had to undergo all of that?
Yes.
Is it out of that money?
Yeah, so what he said is Douglas sent him 330,000, but he asked him to do all of these things without giving another money. So
So what was the $330,000 for now?
他说他给你汇了那个33万，是用干嘛呢？
我是让他出他该出的那一份儿，他从认识到现在就给了我这一笔，然后呢，他其他的叫我买的东西都没有给，然后他这一笔给完之后，他也没有注明，就是说这是我给你水厂的，然后呢，叫我买了很多东西为他个人的问题，所以我不认为这个钱是给公司的投资款。
So he's saying from the onset, Sekou was to make his own initial investment, which they all agree. But then he sent him 330,000. From the 330,000, he didn't specify whether or not this was his
Go ahead.
was his initial contribution or the final. But from the onset up to present, he only sent him 330,000.
Up to present?
Up to present, he only sent 330,000, and from that, he asked him to do all of those personal things, but they didn't send him another money. So,
Okay, so all in all, I'm coming to you, Moses. I'm coming to you now. All in all, I will come to you, Moses, and after you, and then Edwin and George. And then Oliver. All in all, is he saying that since the business deal was struck, since they decided to organize this and a water factory, and only 330,000 Dukley has given. Is that what you're saying?
他说你想确认从你们开始聊天到现在，你能确认 Dukley 只是给你33万美金吗？
Yes, everything in consular office.
He said yes, he has all the documentation in the counselor's office.
Okay, let me hold it and then bring my other partner on this. Moses, you can come in. I'll be coming back and basically looking at the police report and some videos we have to play as well. Moses, you can come in quickly.
Yeah, I want the businessman to tell us. He's talking to a group of educated people. Let him state for us the purpose the 300 and some more $1,000 was given to him for when Sekou Dukley gave him that money. Because I heard him say that Sekou made him make other expenditure. What was the reason for those expenditures? And what was the arrangement regarding the extra expenditure? Can he explain that for us?
No, he needs to listen because
Yeah,
he's,
because-
okay. Moses, please repeat because the interpreter was not listening. Can you repeat, Moses?
Sorry, I'm
Moses,
driving. Oh yeah, I'm driving. Okay. So
Let's kinda
this is what I'm saying. I want the businessman to tell us. He says Sekou Dukley gave him more than $300,000. What was the purpose of that money? What was the business arrangement? And he says Sekou also made him to make extra expenditure, buying plane ticket, doing other things for family members or friends. What was that arrangement? People want to hear from him on that.
他说你说 Dukley 只是给你33万，他明确的告诉你这个33万给你是为了什么吗？
没有啊。那他后面叫我买的那些东西，谁给钱啊？
然后他又问你，他说那你买的那些东西那个 Sekou Dukley 有没有跟你讲这个钱是从哪里出吗？
他没有出，但是我问他要这个帮他个人买东西的钱，他不给呀。
So he said the 330,000 Sekou sent to him was initially his part of the investment, but then the request to buy all the personal stuff wasn't stated from where he should take the money from. So it was like he sent the money to him and later got it through those expenditures.
so in addition to this question, so he did exactly what Sekou wanted to do. He bought
So-
a plane ticket. Did he?
Yes,
I'm
so what? Yeah.
I'm kind of going here. I'm trying to do a follow up. So he did.
Yeah.
他说Sekou要你买的那些东西你都买了吗？
当然买了。
He said yes, he
Okay.
bought all of them.
Okay, Moses, you come in.
Look, so ask the businessman for me, or the interpreter should ask him. When Sekou Dukley allegedly told him, that, hey, buy a ticket for this person, do this for the other person, did he ask Sekou where he expected him to get the money from to make all those expenditure? And why?
他说Sekou要你买那些东西的时候，
嗯哼，
你有没有问他钱哪里出？
我没有问，但是他主动说了我会给你钱。
So he said he didn't ask, but Sekou in the conversation told him he would give him money. He just
Okay. So Moses, let's hold it there. We have in studio the Chinese investor who has been accusing the managing director of the National Port Authority of some irregularities. We'll come in with a police report. We'll also come in with some videos we have as well, because this entire case has taken a dramatic twist. But let me go to Mr. Edwin Famula quickly to ask this one or two questions. Edwin.
Yes, so my first question would be, when the both of them started this whole idea of doing a water business, did they come up with any estimated cost as to how much the business will cost and who going to pay what?
他说你们开始谈关于那个水厂的时候，有没有做预算？
预算在200万到300万之间，
所以是
因为不可能做的那么准确，因为大家都没有在这里开过厂。
So he said the estimated cost was between 2 million to 3 million.
Okay.
And then you cannot be exact because none of them have open water factory in Liberia. So they just estimated between 2 million to 3 million.
Okay, so the follow-up question would be, when did this whole conflict between he and Sekou started, and what were some of the mitigation measures that they put in place, maybe like going further to have the guy who introduced him to Sekou and others to get involved and say, look, this guy that you brought to me thinks it's not working out and we're having difficulties, because of late we just started seeing police going to the side and pulling each other back and forth. When did this conflict between he and Sekou actually started?
那说那个你和师傅什么时候开始吵的？然后你们开始吵了之后，用了什么方法来解决这个问题？
Good question. 因为之前我们大家都在讨论的水厂的问题，因为我们还有矿业公司。
So he said, because at first they was only discussing the water factory, and then later on they started discussing business regarding mining.
Okay.
因为从去年的2024年的4月份，我认识他的时候，他没有在港口做那个 director， 是2024年的2月份好像是去任职的。我们的矿业公司成立是2023年的10月份，然后呢，之前都是因为我是 shareholder， 然后呢，我给了很多钱来组建这个矿业公司，他不出钱，是我一个人出的。然后呢，等到他到港口去上班之后，从2024年的2月份、3月份，他就开始疯狂的跟我说各种理由，说要做用途，就各种各样的理由用途，从头到尾，他从我手上拿了113万美金，另外他的助手从我这里拿了20几万美金，这都还是有证据的。然后其他我还没有忘了打 receipt 的那些还有更多。所以这个事情他刚才问我什么时候开始吵的，我现在回答他，我只是告诉他这个之前的原因，然后我现在回答他什么时候开始吵的。从2024年的11月份，我发现他用了我100多万美金，没有给矿业公司做任何手续。
So he said from the onset, when they met in 2023, they started to discuss a lot of business concerning the water factory and other stuff. So they started with the water factory discussion. And then at that time, Sekou was in the managing director at the NPA.
Yeah, that's in 2023.
Yeah. And then the beginning of 2024, they decided to start the mining plan. And the mining plan, Sekou didn't put any money. All the money came from him. And he asked for 1 million plus.
1.12 million for himself received from me, and he asked his PA or some 助手，也拿了很多，所以说总货值加起来超过1.5 million.
Yeah. So Sekou asked for 1.1 million, and then his assistant also came to him for 200,000+, and a few times he gave him some money, so the total money was around 1.5 million.
That's not from the water.
No, that's
for the mining company.
That was
get the
company.
license.
Yeah. So where did the problem start now was after he had given him all this money concerning the mining, when he ascended to the post of MPA, he started to give a lot of reason that he need money, and then he started to ask for receipt.
As the result.
The result.
Where's the license?
Yeah.
Where's the mining license? Where's the permission? Where's the documents?
Yeah, and then he couldn't provide that. And
because nothing. That's why 我因为没有提供给我任何东西，我的团队已经在这里为了他10几个中国人加上几十个 local 的职员，已经为了他的撒谎付出了很严重的代价，不只是这1.5个 million。我其他还付出了1年半，所有的 team 为他浪费了超过1个 million 的开支。
So he said because of that, he brought 10 Chinese investors
Over
with him. more than 10 Chinese with him, and then he had to hire a lot of Liberian employees also. And if we calculate all the expenditure between the time he started to do the business and the mining process to current time, he spent more than 1 million to include the 1.5 million. So he was getting a little furious. He needed some evidence, some production.
So for the mining company, okay, we don't talk about the water factory. We're talking about the only mining company. I pay for him, for Dukley, 1.5 million for the documents. And I pay over $1 million for how the team running 2 years already.
Let me ask you.
Yes,
a
please.
follow-up question. How many companies are we talking about here?
他说是几家公司。
So that's why this gentleman asked me what's the argue start. Okay, after the mining true story above.
So
You understand what I talk?
你用中文一点。Let he speak Chinese.
他问我为什么这个问题什么时候炒的？这个问题什么时候炒的？当我发现了矿业公司什么都没干的时候。
So he saying, Mr. Famula was asking when the
confusion
confusion started. So he's trying to build up the problem. So he said when he realized that there was no documentation concerning mining, that's where his suspicion started. Rahona?
Because after he has already spent 1.5 million and then still spending money, then he start to ask, where are the documents?
Sure.
Yeah. Because even if you're going to take the money from the bank, you need to show proof that you're doing something with that money also.
Thank you.
So those monies that he paid to Sekou, does he have receipts to write them?
但是有没有证据应该的？
Of course, everything from the beginning. I meet Dukley the first day until now. I never delete any message we talk, and I keep all the receipt and the talk and the evidence and the experience, everything there. He got a 4 WhatsApp. He got a WeChat. He got a phone numbers, and we got a team, and we talk in the team. Oh, plenty. I print everything in the consulate office.
George, you can come in now quickly.
No, so yeah.
I'm a bit.
I want to come in. After we
George, I beg you, my brother. Quickly, I just want to express my candid opinion. This seems to be a real complex situation because there's no clarity in terms of what they were doing. They started with a water company. We don't know how far they went with that. And now he's talking about a mining company. He's talking about another group of people being a part of this arrangement. So if you have a very confused arrangement like this, you said you received $330,000 for Sekou Dukley, but you can't tell us what was given to you for and how that money was used. Now you're telling us that you instead of after taking $330,000 from Sekou Dukley, now you are in the business of disbursing money to Sekou Dukley, more than $1 million. So what is going on here is very confusing for me. Let him in simple terms tell us. Let this man tell us in simple terms what really happened for the people to have a better understanding of the situation. Other than that, I would say it's just better to go to court because we can't. It's very confusing for me. I'm being honest about it.
Okay. So, George, you can come in quickly.
I just wanted to start from where Mr. Sandy ended. This matter.
George, before you come in, we'll soon bring you in, Representative Smo Molba. I know you are on. I will shortly bring you in, you and Oliver. I'm sure you will have questions to ask as well. Yes, George.
So I'm concerned as I listen to everything. You have all the evidence according to you. Why?
Somebody bluffing.
他说他听你说的时候，你说你有所有的证据，为什么你没有上法庭？
谁说我没有上法庭？我从3月份就开始通过律师向警察提供控诉，警察花了半年的时间来调查这个事情。然后呢，当我们得到报告的时候，我相信我的猜测 ，Sekou Dukley 用了很多钱去做腐败，然后呢，他把所有的有利的证据全部都藏起来了。 在给我们耍花样。所以说这个事情我从3月份就提起诉讼了。
So he said he made the report since March of this year. He asked his counselor to report this to the police, and they have done that. And the police took 6 months, half a year, to do their investigation, and then they came up with a frivolous report.
So let me read part of the police report quickly. Josh, let me just read some excerpts. Who can bring Representative Molba in? Let me try to pull it out quickly.
I will come before him because he met me here.
Yeah.
Follow up.
Okay, go ahead. While I'm trying to pull out the document, go ahead.
Yes, because you consider the police report frivolous. I read it, and I know some excerpts from there. So it means that, does it mean that you will not go to court? Do you think you can get justice from going from one media house to the other?
他说，你看到那个警察的报告就觉得没有意思、没用，你觉得到这个时候你没办法上法庭吗？
这个事情律师在做啊，他有他的节奏啊。
So he said right now it's in the hands of the lawyers. The lawyers know the procedure in Liberia.
我从来没有说过他警察的调查报告没用，只是隐藏了他刑事犯罪的一些重要的环节。
So he said, moreover, in the police report, they didn't indicate all the major issues that he raised. They only make that simple report, and it doesn't have.
So another follow up is that personally, it may not be prime, but personally, I'm getting some information that you've taken the matter to the Chinese embassy. And is it true that the Chinese government, through the embassy, is involved in this matter?
他说没有看到那个在调查里面，也没有看到，他只是听说你把这个事情已经告诉中国大使馆了，这个是实话吗？
是实话，为什么呢？因为我在这里被他们那一伙坏人，可能是谋杀，也有可能是打人，或者是恐吓。我是在这里受了伤的。我在一个餐馆里面，5个人来攻击我，酷刑我，是大使馆为了我的人身安全来跟我联系，然后呢想调查这个事情，然后呢我把这个事情的真相告诉他们了。所以大使馆是知道这个事情，而且大使馆可能会要来做一些协调工作。
什么饭馆？
大使馆呀，Chinese
Embassy。什么饭馆？
潇湘阁。
Silk
Road.
Yeah. So he said, sometime during this year, he got attacked by other people. He doesn't know the person, and then when he got hurt, the Chinese embassy got to know about this. So that's how he went to the embassy and explained what he been going through.
Okay, yeah. Let me read before I come to Representative Molba and Oliver. We said, let me just read a few excerpts from what we know came from the end of the police. During the investigations, I want you to explain that to him perfectly.
他现在要读那个警察的报告。
我问他一个很有趣的问题，我听说有好几个不同的版本，请问他是不是属实？
So he's saying he heard that there are a lot of reports coming from the police. Which one do you have?
Let me read what I have.
他说他要读他有。
Okay.
Financial receipts during the investigation show Dukley invested more 345K, while Yank invested 305K. Is that true?
他说警察报告里面说，所有的证据跟我们手里说 ，Dukley 花了34万美金，杨丹花了301万美金。
这是一个非常好辩白的问题。那难道这个水厂就60万美金就盖完了吗？
So he said, so this is a very it raised another serious question. So he said, this water factory only used 600,000 to establish. Is that what they say from their report?
Let me go further. To date, Yan Dan remains an active shareholder and has not been removed as claimed.
他说到现在就是警察的报告，到现在那个杨丹还是 公司里面的人还没有被开除，没有被逐出。
I'm the majority shareholders.
对，他就是这样子的。
Yes.
然后他说你没有被让出的那个公司。
对呀，我没有被执行退出啊。
所以
How will he be majority shareholder when the police report is saying that Mr. Duque invested 325,000, then he invested 305,000?
Yeah, sure.
How can 305,000 become majority shareholder over 325,000?
Yeah, that's a police.
Can he explain that?
So that's why I confused why the police investigation hiding the important truth evidence.
Let me go further. What I have.
So
There is a legal expenditure of 1.2 million that Yan and Duke are making claim over, but both cannot show evidence that they spend more of the money than the other. No evidence.
他说报告里面说，有一个120万美金，你们俩 Duke 和你在炒这个钱，但是两个人没有证据来说明这个钱。
警察在撒谎。
You say the police are lying.
Okay, look, I'll go further. Yan claims that he sponsored travels for Duke, and others could not be backed by any receipt or transfer of funds. Instead, travel receipts show the name of Sekou and others, not Yan.
他说Yan 给那个警察的那个飞机发票没有你的名字，只有 Sekou 和其他人的名字。
我很严肃的跟他说，有些警察在撒谎，在掩盖罪行。如果可以的话，我征求律师的意见的话，我们可以到律师楼去查看所有的证据，让公布于众，就不要让那1-2个警察来调查这个事情，因为他们在隐藏太多的犯罪事实。
So he's saying, if what the report is saying is true, then the police should step aside. Those 2 police officers that's always coming to do the investigation, they should step aside, and then they should give the public the authority to go and do public investigation.
Okay, let me go further. Yan claimed he single-handedly sponsored the construction of the facility at Pearl River, but failed to provide any proof to the investigation. He said he sponsored, but he
他说
failed to provide.
里面说你说是你一个人花钱来造那个水厂的，但是你没有给他们任何证据。就是在
我的2个建造水厂的，一个厂长，一个会计，我把所有的钱都转给他们，在利比里亚换了美金，然后从中国买的机器。我的证据有4大箱，然后这2个经理也被杜克里赶回国了。
Please tell him to be calm. Let him not be emotional, because the way his tone is sounding now, it seems to be.
Yeah,
I'm so angry about the police.
Oh, yeah,
someone
you have to be
terrible.
You have to be calm. You have to be
So
calm.
what's wrong? Terrible.
You have to be calm. Yeah.
He's calm.
Go ahead.
Okay. So this question very
Sober.
没有逻辑了。
I'm coming. I'm about to exhaust this. I'm coming.
So
Yes, go ahead.
so he's saying he had an accountant, a Chinese accountant that was there, and then he had the general manager that he hired that was also on ground. But then Duke sent those 2 people back to China. But then he has the 4 cartoons filled with evidence.
So why he didn't make that evidence available to the police?
That's why he said he has all the evidence filled in 4 cartoons. So if the police saying they didn't see those evidence, they should step aside and then put this in the public.
Okay, let me go further. Let me go further. Yes, go ahead.
All the evidence in the FCID office, everything there.
Okay, let me go further. Yan claims that he gave Olusman T. Brown $220K to process documents, licenses, and other things for the company, but that was backed by evidence. The investigation saw evidence of receipt that Brown received 98K, not 220K.
他说：“你说你给那个 Olusman Brown 22万美金，但是你没有证据，你只是给他们90多万。”
我的员工还开给他10几万美金的支票，还有他从我的中国超市拿的钱，但是中国那个换汇的人忘了叫他写字据了，所以不止22万。
你不用加中国超市的人这样。
OK， 你就说他还有几张支票在 EcoBank 提的。
So he's saying he got over 40,000 from his young done directly, but then from his workers at the factory, Olusma got over 100,000 from them. And then
so why didn't he make those documents available to the investigators?
He said the investigators have the document. They don't want to provide it. That's all.
Okay, let's go further.
Hang on.
Yeah,
Can I have 1 minute?
Mhm.
你跟他们说，你问他说这个他的 report 有几张纸？
So you say the report, how many sheets it has?
I just saw excerpts from the report. Let me go further with this. The investigators highlights.
对，他只是自己写出从那个报告里面写出来。
他看的那个报告几张纸？
So you say the report you saw, how many sheets it has?
I took highlights from the report,
Yeah, so
I didn't go through the I just took highlights.
From the report that you saw that you took the highlights from. How many sheets?
Let me ask this question that coming. The investigators, you getting me? See the entire case. I'm coming.
It was 7 sheets.
I'm coming. The investigators see the entire case as a commercial dispute and not a criminal action. And since Yang remains a legal shareholder and has not been illegally removed as claimed, the police cannot process or proceed with any criminal investigation over commercial dispute. Now, the entire thing is that Yang has been projecting this thing or making it to appear criminal, right? That has been Yang's own argument and his complaint or whatever it is. But the Liberian National Police, the country's national police, investigated. Like he said, it took 6 months according to him. But finally, the report came out and the police said, well, there's absolutely nothing criminal. We can hold the MD for. So why is he still foaming and still making claims?
他说从调查里面，警察说，只是一个双方合作人员在吵架，这个没有被骗的问题，只是你就把这个情况爆出来，就以为是一个被骗钱的问题，但是不是。你为什么要这样做？
我觉得他这是不是在颠倒黑白呀
？So he said he asking these questions. He doesn't really understand why he asking because he keep telling you that.
I saw you 4 cartons evidence clear everything. 2 years evidence is there. So if you want to ask these questions, just go back to the consul office. You can take picture and everything there. I don't know why the police investigation just did the report because I hear they got 3 different reports.
So
you had 10 months. The thing is, I'm still pushing this point because he continues to say, oh, the police report, he doesn't believe. But you had almost 10 months to investigate. You were to provide all those documents. Do you think you provide them and the Liberian National Police will ignore the document and come up with a different report in favor of the managing director? Is that what he's saying?
他说，这个你要安心说。You have to calm down.
Okay. Yeah, calm down.
对，他说，你说这个事情已经发生了，你给他们
OK
所有的证据，
Yes.
等会儿你给他们所有的证据，他们只是自己愿意不写在那个报告里面，就是说我们国家警察局想骗你吗？就是你这样说吗？
我觉得他的问题是在给我制造陷阱。你回答他。
So you say, he believe that your statement or your questions is trying to entrap him because he keep repeating.
What am I entrapping him again, people?
Because he keep telling you that he gave them.
It's all happening to other people.
I'm coming. Gentlemen, I'm coming. The reason why I'm asking, that's a song in China. A Liberian investor went there And what happened, according to him, happened to the investigator. Happened to the library investor. And the police in China took siege of the matter, investigated the matter, and said, look, this is our report. Does he expect me, a library investigator, let's assume me, does he expect me to question the police when I had opportunities to submit all of my documents, to verify my claims, and I didn't do so? That's a question I want to ask.
But you say he didn't do so, and you tell him he did.
Sober. I think you're going the wrong way. Sober, you are going the wrong way.
Okay, Red, go ahead quickly. Let me bring it in now. Go ahead.
Sober, let us be real here. The guy is saying that he had 2 cartoons of evidence.
Four cartoons.
George, we're coming to that. Yeah, Red, go ahead.
Four cartoons, not 2.
The Chinese guy is saying he had like 4 cartoons of evidence that he turned over the police. And what you have there is an access. So we cannot just depend on the access you have. It's just portion of it. My question to the Chinese man is just simple, right? I have just 2 questions to ask him. The first one, he talked about asset, evidence. Evidence could be any paper. We are talking about legitimate evidence, receipt signed by Dukley, right? Another thing I would like to ask the Chinese guy is this. With the deal that went on, the first thing we heard about is water company before the mining company. But before the water company, there was transaction that went on. I think they gave him money. The young man there, can you ask the Chinese guy whether he received money or whether he gave money for the water company?
他说他听你说你有4项的那个证据
OK
4项的证据可以说是纸或者有发票一些发票有那个真的发票吗有你让那个 Dukley 签字了吗这个是警察自己要调查的但是他的问题是 Dukley 给你的钱他听说了他给你汇了33万美金但是在造那个水厂的时候你给 Dukley 汇了钱吗
我干嘛要给 Dukley 汇钱呢我给团队汇钱啊
所以 say
我给 construction team 汇钱我为什么要给 Dukley 钱
You got to calm down, sir.
I want to finish
I
want a very stupid question I want to finish everyone
No.
Okay, so if I want to know more details, I think maybe他们说给我挖坑啊
Please, you gotta sometimes you can be
I'm so angry
That's only the respect studio.
Hey, just one minute.
I'm
Yeah,
your question is very so stupid. You said why you ask me why the police investigation?
The library have to be inspected the honorable.
Why the 3 different investigation reports?
Sober.
You insulted me.
Yes, sober.
I don't like these questions.
Listen, for me, I really want to know because I really want to ask you on certain number here. Please, don't let wait. Callers should wait.
The reason I'm asking, I deal with a lot of Chinese
Calm down.
Mobile is still on the line. Representative on the line. Please, a representative on the line.
The guy that doing the interpretation need to take time to address
That's a main
that's all.
Yeah, listen
So my thing is this. If Dukley receive money for water company and not seeing the water company or going into business with Dukley with the water company, why will you then go into mining company again? That's my issue.
No, it was simultaneous.
They have different companies. Yeah, I think it was about 5 different.
So
companies.
I guess you just joined us, but he said they started to do the water factory, and the water factory he has a construction team because you were asking whether he gave Dukley money for the water factory. And he said they had a construction team, so the money was being sent to the construction team to buy machines, equipment, pay employees. Over 10 Chinese who were working in the factory.
Okay.
And then they decided to establish the mining company. And during the establishment, Dukley was asking him for money, and he gave Dukley 1.1 million, right?
I don't care.
Oh,
I don't want to answer your question.
I think 1.5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
1.1 million to
Yeah.
provide documentation, the money lesson. Hello?
One minute. Rep, 1 minute. Rep. How many charge? 1 minute. The thing is, it's not about getting vexed.
No, because
I'm
you
coming,
keep saying
I'm coming,
why
I'm
he
coming,
didn't
no, I'm
provide. He
coming,
tell you say
I'm
give
coming.
full cartoon of
I'm
evidence.
coming.
So
Yeah,
you feel
I'm
like
coming.
you want to put it in a hole.
Coming now, he always used invectives on me. He insulted me,
Yeah.
and even said I'm trying to entrap him. My question is trying to entrap me.
He's
This
very
is
good.
about This is about understanding
他是很不礼貌吗？
understanding the entire. Hello,
我没有骂
comrade.
他，我觉得这些问题都
Gay,
就是
Mr. Gay.
很
This thing is about understanding from him. It's not. We're not trying to entrap him here. We're trying to ask him all the hard questions. We still got additional questions to ask
That's
him.
what they are.
You know,
When
it's
it's so
not-
now,
you know,
when
you gotta be.
So in your answer,
You can be
Can we
emotional.
get in our point also?
为什么警察这样说？我也想问你，为什么警察这样说？
So he said you asking him why the
Bravo,
police have
can we have
to
one also?
ask why the police wrote the report.
Because he's not a police officer.
So he's a police
Hello,
officer.
so let me suggest something quick.
Keep your question to my counselor. I don't want to answer anything. Finish.
Calm down.
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Someone, may I just make a suggestion? May I just make a suggestion, someone?
Someone cannot ask my questions also. We
So
have a
what?
big problem here.
Yeah, someone.
Okay, so gentlemen, we have
How many? Excuse me. All right.
Hello, we have to understand each other here. We have to understand each other here. Oliver.
Yeah.
Okay, please, you can come in. We have to understand.
Yeah.
Oliver,
So I will agree with Mr. Sandy that this case is a very complicated one here. And there are claims and counterclaims from different people claiming to be investors. I listened to Wang Weilu, and another Chinese man who's claiming to be the real investor, and Mr. Yang Dai Studio is the criminal. According to that Weilu, Mr. Yang Dai has nothing for himself as a businessman to invest. Instead, they gave him the money to go to Liberia, and he stole from them. So my first question is, prior to Mr. Yang Dai going to Liberia to invest, what was his business in China? And when did he go to Liberia? That's my first question. My second question is, okay, yeah, go ahead first. Ask him.
他说你来利比亚之前，你在中国是做什么的？
我很早去了澳大利亚了。
So he said he went to Australia very early.
This question about this case?
Now, so someone.
I don't want to waste everyone's time because too long. I don't want to answer any.
Let the young man go.
No, calm down.
Please, too late.
Calm down, we look. Calm down. Calm down, Mr. Yondan. Calm down.
Too late. If like that,
According to what we know so far, this Mr. Yondan was deported from Australia.
I don't want to.
Cannot go to China.
I don't want to answer any
Chinese
question.
investors who gave him money, and he is not. He is duping them in Liberia.
West
And
side.
so he should be called a criminal. According to Mr. Wilu.
Is there
Second question
concerning
is, in which year did Mr. Duque transfer $330,000 to him? In which year? Was it prior to the election or before the election? In which year did Mr. Duque transfer the $330,000 to him? In which year?
水厂盖了一半之后，他才会的。
哪一年
2024年，我水厂2023年就开始盖了。
？So he said I was in 2024.
Yeah, but we beautiful.
That he started this business in April of 2022. So you see, somebody is lying here. Something is not right about this whole case. And the too many lies here.
你们这个上一节
All right, I have a video.
Sober, I just want to suggest something.
I come in rap. Let that Moses come in. I come in.
Yeah, we have spent more than 1 hour, and still the ambiguity, the doubts are just too many. We can't help this guy. Let him go to court and fight it. No clarity. Everything is confusing. He says this, he says that. You know, let him go to court. That's all. Let him go to court.
Sandy, let me tell you something.
Okay, I'm coming. Representative Moda, come in.
Yeah, I deal with a lot of Chinese. The first group of Chinese Liberia, I brought them. I know how to work. For the Chinese, when there is a legal case, if there is a legal case, the first person they get in contact with is the legal counselor at the embassy. The legal counselor work along with Liberian lawyers to push this case. The guy is sitting here all alone. It means he took the money from somewhere, misused the people money, and he
Yeah, we lose.
Yeah.
We lose that the guy's a criminal.
Okay. All right, let's hold you there. George, you can come in
For me,
quickly.
I got a few questions. I beg. Please,
Thank you.
please help me.
Thank
Help me. Because this is intended actually to. It's actually pertaining to this case. While you were in China, did you receive money from people? How many people? From Mr. Ducle, did you receive money from people?
From people.
Yeah, like different.
Okay. In addition to that, let me play the tape quickly. Let me play the video.
Yeah.
Let me play the video that I want you to listen to. I want you, maybe you know these people. When I play the video, you know some of them, and then you'll be able to answer the questions. Let's try to play the video now. This case, we got to discuss it tonight and know who's lying and know who's telling the truth.
I was from Truth FM.
I'm Julius from OK.
Yes, so I want to say welcome to this special interview. It's important for the public librarian to know the real story behind what one of your own national have done, Yandan. So I would like for you to please introduce yourself.
Do I translate first?
Yes, you do the English version, then you tell them.
Alright, so we Chinese way is Mr. Yin coordinate, Jin Wei, Mr. Guo, Mr. Gu. So
所以我发现
five people, we are victim of
我觉得这个是杜克利组织的一个骗局，
so
把跟这个案子无关的人，中国的人都要请过来。
here to invest. So right now we are facing some
After the video, you can go. We'll open my
those two cases.
After the video, let the video just pop because
For everyone, invest lots of money.
Leave this,
This
leave
guy
everything.
invests 2 million
对不对？你说觉得今天是一个
2
陷阱，
million RMB.
Just a show.
5 million. The other one is over 2 million. business. So
Just
right
because
now,
the video has nothing to do, why would you play a video that had nothing to do with their case? So that means that so why do they play you and send me this
Why?
video?
It has something to do with the case.
If you borrow money from somebody, you say if you borrow money from somebody, the
It's not your business.
necessary. So why is it? It's necessary.
Why the minute behave?
Okay.
The video necessary, sort of.
I'd rather people investors. I'd rather people investors.
Just play the music. No. Okay, so welcome to the program. Welcome back. The Chinese investor, the purported, let me just put it that way because I don't know what he is. The purported Chinese investor has just left the studio. He said, "Well, and this is a paid for program." He said it was organized and all of it. He doesn't just want to take. But let me get the takeaway from all of you guys. Representative Morba, let's hear from you first. The man left the studio unceremoniously.
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to say good evening. I did not. But the thing is this, Sober. This young man is not telling the truth because usually when we have cases in Liberia with Chinese, especially foreign private investment, you have the company or whatsoever entity will work directly with the embassy, right? They have the legal counsel at the embassy who would take charge of the case along with Liberian lawyers. But most often I see this young man all alone. And let me say this. There are a lot of Chinese here are claimed to be investors. What happens is that they work along with other factories, take material from there, right? Take money from other people, come here and behave like investors. And they are not investors. You getting that? So to see this young man here claiming to be one of those Chinese investors, let me tell you, I've dealt with a lot of Chinese investors. They usually don't go alone. They won't even go with Liberian interpreter. They go with Chinese interpreter, right? They always have Chinese interpreter with them to translate in English. But to see this young man, there are so many different, and I've been listening to, especially from the police station, right? There was so many other claim of money. First of all, he said that he gave Dukle money to do business. But then when we get into it, we are seeing share, right? Someone have a higher share than the other. So it just confused us. As Moses is saying, I think we need more time to go into this case to investigate it and see really what's going on. But like we see it, I think and you always notice that when they're lying, they always leave the site. They will always their behavior.
Okay, Oliver, let's hear from you. What's your takeaway?
So, Saber, like I said earlier on, you see this case is already in court. I was so surprised that Mr. Yan Dan went to the studio knowing that the case is in court without his lawyer, and claiming that he presented 4 cartoons of evidence to the police and saying the police is lying.
Can you believe that?
You know, and this guy sat on his show and said our police is lying. Mr. Yan Dan was labeled as criminal by a group of Chinese investors that nobody should call him an investor. The question I asked the guy was, what was he doing in China before going to Liberia? He said when he was in Australia. The information is he was deported from Australia on the basis of criminality, and he cannot go back to China because he's owing a lot of people. You understand me? So for me, let them go to court, and the court will investigate and tell us who is lying and who is not lying. Mr. Dukley said he started this business around April of 2022. He is saying 2024. So you see, something is not right here. Something is not just right. So with this mentality of when people are in political positions, then they are all criminals. Mr. Yan Dan is using a Facebook, paying people, to just tarnish the reputation of other good Liberians who are working for the development of the country. So let them go to court, Sabbath.
Okay.
Let them go.
Edwin, before Moses, are you still on? Let's hear your takeaway.
Yeah. Like all of you have said, the holes in this story, the holes are just too many. The guy is unable to give us an accurate picture, because if you and somebody doing business and this guy made a contribution of $330,000, then how come then the same man turn around and say, "Oh, get the man ticket, do this, do that"? Don't you ask the man, but man, where the money coming from now? I thought we're supposed to be doing business. And then you come, you say, "Oh, you gave the man over $1 million. Where did that money come from?" Yeah, where did that money come from? What was that arrangement? And he himself, he admitted that, hey, the business they were in, other Chinese are involved. So what is the legal arrangement? So to sum it up, look, the mayor has to go to court to make a case. That's the only way, man. We can stay here for the next 3 years. We'll be able to get to the end of this story. And then go to court back.
But what do you make of the outburst and the attitude you put up, walking out of us, leaving the studio unceremoniously?
And then I lie.
Someone it is very difficult to lie. When people are caught in lies, they become very upset, emotional, and they begin to display tantrums. That's why he did. He walked out. You saw the man using invectives on you because his story wasn't right up. It's very difficult to lie. That's why when you choose to be a liar, you have to lie consistently. Other than that, it makes your life real terrible. And that's where he found himself.
Okay, let's go there. Edwin.
So for me, I will look at it from a different perspective, because some of the documents I have read actually claim that this guy, Dukley and others, established 5 different companies in Liberia in November 2022. So the first thing he said he met Dukley in 2023. So that was somewhat, and it was specific when I asked him when did the conflict start, because he said it was in 2023, but the police report is saying that they established this company far back in 2022, right? So the companies are, so you have Duke Global Investment Limited, you have Afric Investment Limited, you have Upstream Investment Limited, you have AM Duke Investment Group of Companies, and then you have Sanye Investment Limited. And they have different partners that were in this particular group. Now, my only caution to our Liberians who want to get into investment with some of these guys, you have to do proper background check of the people that you want to get into investment with. Because there are a lot of people who fly into our country, they call themselves investors. Some of them come in, they've taken money from people. They say, let me go to Africa and go and try. And then they come. Once the business starts to boom, they feel that they can now blackmail you and push you out and take over. What I saw from this guy tonight, yes, he may have put in maybe some kind of, investment into it. But there was a big blunder on the side of all of the parties, including even Mr. Sekou Douklé. Because, like I said, if you're going to put your money into anything, you have to do due diligence. Know the history of this guy, know where he working, whether he actually a genuine businessman from China, where he getting the money from. He could be some fugitive, like one of our guys said, he did something in Australia, he can't go back to China or so forth. So we just have to be very careful.
You cannot go back to China. You cannot.
In as much as we are eager to do business in our country, but we have to do due diligence, because at the end of the day, the optics is not good for even Mr. Douklé, because this guy now, he's on a smear campaign, trying to go around shouting that, and his whole idea is that Sekou Douklé has paid us here to come and buy morphine and make him look
definitely.
So that's why you see his outbursts, even trying to insult you, So again, in as much
I'm stupid. I'm asking
in as much as we as Liberian, we are looking for investment. There are a lot of genuine investors out there that have money they want to invest. We need to do our background check.
Okay, yeah, George. You're taking from the outburst.
But frankly,
also Munoz walking away.
Frankly, it is saddening. It is disappointing. I think what I saw here tonight is a display of sheer arrogance, ignorance, and criminality. I'll compound it to it, because the fight is, if this my brother from China really had the kind of fights that he said he had, he would have been very relaxed and present. For the fight, the matter is in court. You pretty doesn't the matter about coming to country discuss it. So that's why I asked him 2 questions. I said, have you taken this matter to the Chinese embassy? He couldn't answer clear. He said he got wounded. So I asked him, what do you think that you can't get from the court that you can get from going from one station in the other? He didn't answer that. You understand? So I see his objective. This is not intended to bite, Mr. Douklé, but it was intended for us to actually get the fights for him. We will have invited Mr. Douklé to get online, getting his side, and getting this. I was just about to say that, but from the way he displays himself, for me, there was no need. There was no need, because until the court can decide otherwise, I think he didn't clearly vindicate himself in this matter. I think he didn't present strong evidence for me as ordinary person who is not a lawyer. I think he should do better. He should stay away from the media and go to the court if all he wants to go to court. I want to ask him about some information I shared with you. He received some money from those people. Once he knew that I asked that question, he went with that video. He had to walk
That's
away.
the video there.
Because the video related to that information, that's what he said. He decided to walk out, because I was going to ask him those questions, that money, how he received it, when everything's better.
Okay, the thing is, this morning we were able to contact his legal counsel, Johnny Momo, and we spoke with him. The first thing we asked as to what's his reaction to the police report, and he said, well, according to Johnny Momo, the report is distorted. They're going to go to court and all of that. And so I asked him what we could speak with his I'll make sure the client can make himself available. I'll speak to him. So by the way, he called the client, and the client he sent my number to the client, and he came. We thought that he would have been very relaxed. But again, like Moses said,
it's
difficult to lie. So I don't know, maybe he didn't know that I'm a running white train. If he says something, I will put you on the other side.
But that's journalism.
I'm a running red train.
Yeah.
Maybe he doesn't know. So when I started asking the question, that got emotional and he
That's
started
want to
asking,
slap him.
I'm stupid.
Yeah,
That's want to trap him.
I want to trap him.
Am I somehow? I'm much closer to Mr. Dugle. I didn't tell him about me coming here.
No,
He didn't know.
No.
He didn't know. I was. Look, at 25, I would have been. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to wear money. I don't know how I'll be looking at it. Probably I did wrong. I don't know, but
no.
In all fairness, in all fairness, it is good sometimes to mark some of these things, and that's one of the reasons why this show is very different.
Yeah.
Even in your absence, without your knowledge, if you're fool or someone who opposing you happen to come here, we will fix that person.
Yeah.
And we fix them. Try to squeeze them together, fight all of them. And what we did tonight, Mr. Dugle happened to listen to it, he will say, oh, yes.
And I can say this, the arrogance this guy displayed tonight, if you take it to the court, they will throw him out.
They'll throw him out.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You can do that.
Imagine the guy
because
said the police are lying.
Jurors, the opposing lawyer will ask you some difficult questions.
Yeah, sure.
And then you once you're in the stand, because you are the main witness, you're bound to answer.
Yeah.
If you can't answer and then you want to insult people, they will throw you out, and you would definitely lose the case.
So, finally, gentlemen, why it is true that we as a country and people we are eager and opting for investment. Equally, so we have to be very, very, very careful.
Careful. That's why
it seems that this guy had come with some intentions.
Motives.
If he has any, because part of the information we gathered, the reason why I played this video, the video contains individuals that he
took money from.
Victims. Yeah. So when he saw
And-
the video, he got
and then he from the water factory and went to the mineral aspect.
Yeah.
You see, the Chinese are highly interested when it comes to mineral. So when he go back to China, or he tell his friends, "Oh, we have the opportunity to buy," because the document said that they were going to be mining, I think Grand Gillette, Lofa, and I think Bomi or so forth. So apparently now he was taking money from the people in China with the intent that it's kind of a big mine.
Be the real investor.
Syndicate.
Yeah, Moses. You know what we did tonight? we really applied the journalistic side.
Yeah.
We brought it in, man. Brought it in with all the
You are relaxed.
And then we took everything. Because for me,
I don't
So how you carry 4 cartoons of evidence to the police station? 4 cartoons. For what?
For a mining lesson that cost less than $25,000. I don't think so. And then this guy is saying that Sekou took more than 1.5 million for him for a mining lesson. And you can go online and know exactly what is the cost of all the different classes of lessons.
Yeah.
So how is that possible that you gave this guy 1.5 million for mining license and you never
million in cash?
So gentlemen, let's try to go into our next discussion. Quickly, let's try to go into our next discussion. Yes, I'll close it.
Let me make an appeal to you quickly. I'm rather interested in just contributing briefly to the situation with Wemo Pei, the former Minister of Mines and Energy, because I have less than 20 minutes to be with you guys. If we can discuss that briefly, I just want to provide some information regarding that quickly. I appreciate it.
Okay, go ahead. But let me play the tape first. Let me play his speech that he delivered.
That speech long.
Yeah. Yes. But I spoke for almost 1 hour. Yeah. Play the next speech. Yeah. At time they got. Yeah.
Let's got to get ready. Let's discuss. Yeah.
Okay.
The ministry and we do is open, and because we may not have the opportunity to come again here, I thought it was important to let you know that the ministry and we do is open, And because we may not have the opportunity to come again here, I thought it was important to let you know that we appreciate the working environment, the team spirit. We disagreed, we quizzed each other, we challenged each other, but in most instances, we did all of those for one good, to improve this system. Maybe some of you are thinking that I've forgotten about the reintroduction and relaunch of the secondment program of this ministry. We revived that, and many of those who are senior technicians here benefited from this program. We reviewed that last year, revitalized that, and I'm told, if I get it wrong, let me know, correct me. As we speak, we have seconded young geologists and mining engineers to several companies, and the objective is to make sure that this program was not just for that period, but for it to continue. And the results we are getting are encouraging. It's our 114. 114 we have seconded so far. We are reintroducing the technical student program. For that reason, the policy has been written, the requirement, selection requirement has been written already. And what it will do is that once a student gets into junior class, because you want the program to be such that it's a transitional program, when you graduate, you just get eventually employed by the ministry. We have introduced that standard so that students who are junior students, geology and mining engineering, can have the privilege to be enrolled into the program once they meet a certain GPA requirement. We have done that. We are also pushing, we also have developed a vacation school program, internship program, all of that. So we want to encourage you to continue to fight for these sectors, these two important sectors. Some of you could one day stand right here. Some of you could be deputy ministers, assistant ministers. Some of you could become. So everywhere you are, what you are doing, people are watching you. Don't think you are not being watched. You are being monitored. We are also hoping that the next budget, where possible, we'll be able to look at the salary scale, the salary level across government. We're doing our part to push that, and I'm sure the new management team will continue to follow up on that.
Okay, so gentlemen, the man was speaking as if he is still in office. But let's hear from you, Moses, to give your takeaway on this.
Look, let me start from the SPEM perspective. Then later I will provide the education. Yes, I applaud the former minister for his contribution to Liberia. His contribution to the ministry. He said when he took over, the budget at that ministry was a little over $3 million in 2024, and now it's a little over $4 million. Excellent. He also started an expansion of offices in rural Liberia at the ministry. Great. I like the euphemism that he used. He said, appointments in government is quote unquote considered a borrowed coat. When the man say, I need my coat today, you got no explanation, you just got to surrender it. So let me stop there. So that is the unusual aspect of it. In developed society like where I live, when somebody is terminated, it's a failure. No employer, corporate America, in local governments in the United States, in the federal governments, when you are terminated, let me tell you, this is what we do when we're ready to terminate you. I will call you in my office with HR manager, because when people are dismissed, they get very angry. So you will have somebody sitting over there watching you, and then they explain to you the reason why they have decided to dismiss you. They walk you out of the building. There's nothing called turnover. You don't turn over. You have failed at what they dismiss you. The people already declare you as a bad apple. So they terminate you. You have no room for you to come by and say, oh, well, to have an elaborate program like what they had today for Minister or the former Minister paid. It doesn't work like that. What happens is that when people are dismissed, even at corporate level, when they are dismissed, everything is left with management. Management come to the employees and tell them, hey, they don't even go into detail. They tell the employees that this person is no longer with us. They do not elaborate. There's no room to say, oh, well, I'm going to turn over to my successor. And I hope that Bureau will learn this. There was no need to allow Wema Pay Order to come and talk to those people for almost 1 hour. It wasn't necessary. If Mr. Pay had chosen to call a news conference, that's how it worked. He would have taken to the media to say, hey, let me talk about my days at the Ministry of Land, Mines and Energy. But you don't go to the play and hold an elaborate program, and you have somebody that is considered quote unquote a failure to stand before you and talk for almost 1 hour. It's
but
weird.
Moses, how do Moses? Well, let me hold you there. How do you call him a quote unquote failure when the man touted the sort of reforms that he initiated and achieved, in the short period of time?
Okay, as per the definition of dismissal from the employer, President Baka look at this man and say, my man, you dismissed. It means that the man failed. He did not meet his expectations.
I disagree with you. The man failed, for which they removed him. No.
So but the executive mansion is not going to come and tell the people of Liberia that will let the minister go because he failed. But dismissal is implied what? Failure. No company will terminate somebody who is doing well. When they dismiss you, do you know that if there was in corporate America, Mr. Pay is not qualified to be rehired at the Ministry of Land, Mines and Energy? That's what dismissal does. When you are dismissed from an entity, you can no longer be hired for that entity.
Moses will soon leave you to go to another speaker. But Moses, I still disagree with you, because the mansion didn't say the man underperformed, for which we dismissed him. No, the mansion said the president was making some changes. That's all. But no statement.
Yeah, but
indicated that the man underperformed, for which they removed him.
The president has that constitutional power to dismiss at will, to appoint at will. The president is under no obligation to come and tell people that, hey, I am dismissing Moses Sandy because he stole. No, he can say, no, Mr. Sandy, don't go to the office tomorrow.
This is why Moses, the man outlined what he achieved in a short period of time.
That's what I'm saying. Had I been in the United States, that man would never be given the opportunity to step on the ground of the Ministry of Energy. No.
Let me hold you there, Moses. Representative Mulva, can I hear from you? Your takeaway.
Yeah, I just hope you give me enough time. This is
go ahead.
Why not?
What I gathered from the speech, my analysis on the speech. What I gathered from the speech there were a figurative term used on a logic where he said that working in government is like borrowing someone's coat. And when we are borrowing someone's coat, at any time, the owner can come for such coat, but always keep in mind to have something under so that when the tap is out, you cannot be made ashamed. I think what he said is like integrity over worth. Is going to the government, integrity over worth. So he's saying the position is a privilege, but then you should always make sure government can come for that position anytime. You should always make sure to live with integrity. That's one aspect of it. Then another one is like beating sense in government head. When he talk about national responsibility, he make reference to another quote. He said, he emphasized that the world does not own Liberia. Each generation of Liberia owes the next future. He was speaking directly to the young people, meaning Liberia should take charge of their own transformation, and they shouldn't allow external forces to take charge of it. So if you just sit down and rethink, it tells you that there were a lot of things going on. There was no need to create a forum where this man already dismissed will address the public. There was a lot of information from there. Then he also made mention of salary, equal salary. I think we listened to him in the speech, equal salary, right? For all. Mm-hmm. Saying that, then it means there is a fault in government. It means that people have the same job, but the salary are different. Disparity. So he make mention of that. Then the last one he make mention of is institutional continuity, where when we build the framework for an institution, another person comes to continue it, right? And the aspect of changing people over the time, he also make reference to that. So there were a lot of things. I think he scored a good goal, right? Informing the public out there. Now, from the beginning yesterday, I had no knowledge on this, but from just the speech, I can analyze it and know there were fought at the Ministry of Lands and Mines. There were issues. Thank you.
So with that now, let me ask you, do you agree with Moses that the man was dismissed because
100%,
he underperformed?
100%.
No, because he underperformed? Is that what you understand as well? That he was dismissed because he underperformed?
From the speech here, I think you listen, because if he did not, he won't be measuring area of specificity, right? Or transformation. He said a lot. He talked about even the issue of training people outside. He spoke about the vocational program, continuing education program. He said that. So he was listing those transformations because he did not perform. It's not about corruption now. Just from his analysis, his speech, I can detail that he did not perform well. And because of that, they're talking now.
No, those were programs I think he initiated. Those were programs that he initiated. Not that they underperformed.
Sober. If there was issue with corruption, he will be discussing financial issue. But because there is an issue with performance, he was discussing the reform to tell the people I did this. Right?
So that shows that he performed. Because if he didn't perform, he would have outlined all of those things that he did.
So who go about here appraiser? Is it the individual themselves or government? Who is the employer?
Okay. Let me hold you there and ask Oliver. Oliver, what's your takeaway?
So, Sober, if the minister was in good standing with the president, who believes in improving the country, he would have never been dismissed. He said dismissed, removed.
Thank you.
He did not resign.
Thank you.
Okay, the president removed him because he believed that he was either underperforming.
So the Marshall statement didn't say the president dismissed him. The Marshall statement said the president was making some new changes. It is
that was not a reshuffle. So we know what a reshuffle is. If you're making minor changes.
The Marshall statement didn't even talk about reshuffle. The statement said we're making some new changes. That's all.
That
does not indicate that he didn't perform for which he was removed.
Yes, I mean surely. But I'm saying that if he was removed or let's say taken out for some changes, he would have been placed to another position. Then that could say maybe they want to try him or send him to this other place. But this guy was just simply dismissed. He passed and he was removed. I mean, something is not just right there. And
Okay,
then
let me
we see the video where he justifying what he has done in the ministry to tell us that he had been performing. But I think if he was in good standing with the president, because we all know when you are appointed, you work at the will and pleasure of the president. If you are no longer working in the will and pleasure of the president, you can be removed by the law. Yeah, so I mean,
Okay.
I think he was just dismissed. Yeah.
Okay, let's do
Yes, so I will start from Brother Moses' first analysis, right? Trying to equip it to why did they give him time to speak and to do as well as he. First of all, like you rightly say, the executive mansion does not even mention dismiss. Said the president will make some changes in government.
Sure.
It is the prerogative of the president to even the best performing minister to say, look, I think you're doing well here, but I'm going to remove you from this point to put you at this a certain point in time. He doesn't have to even disclose it to anybody. We can wake up tomorrow morning and President Bakai say, look, I think my foreign minister is doing too much here. I think she has set up certain, reforms and things. Let me put her a different place. It doesn't mean that she's not performing also. Now, the thing is that the person who's just appointed at the Ministry of Mines as minister has to go for confirmation. The president did not say that he has removed Minister Wilmer P. right away and then put his deputy there to act until the other minister can be confirmed.
No.
So as long as that minister is going through the confirmation, there is a vacuum because a deputy minister is a deputy minister. You don't step him to become minister.
Minister proper, yeah.
So that's why Wilmer is still holding on until this guy get confirmed. And then Wilmer has to do a turnover. So it was better that he went there to go, and inform the staff that he has worked with over the past 2 years to say, look, we've done all of this thing. Look, give it or leave it. Wilmer has done some transformation because I've been to the ministry because we work with LEC, so we in and out there. He's done a lot of renovation of the building. That whole place was almost like dead, completely dilapidated. You go up there, the ministry doesn't even. At that time, it wasn't even looking presentable. At least he was able to pull some reform, extended the office at the top, the area for energy extended it. So I think he has done some reform. Now the issue that he was talking about this whole borrowing of court, he spoke figuratively to those who believe that they are untouchable in government. When you have this government position and you're taking your shoulder up, he's just trying to remind them that at any given point in time, that position can be taken away from you.
Yeah.
But what you keep is that integrity, is the way you work over time with the people that you met in there, is the way you treat them. They will still look up to you as a leader, even if you are not in there.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing that I actually, took away from those speech.
Okay. Yes, George.
Yes, I think the minister, whether it's removal or dismissal, they are synonymous with it, the same. So anyone you say happened already. He has been removed from the office. He has been dismissed. The president has a right to dismiss or remove anyone that he's appointed in line with the Constitution. So I still go back to the State Department Investment Climate Report. The money sector is very, very crucial to the Americans' interest. That report was a bit damning, was very damning about Liberia. When we talk about bribery in public places. Okay. So probably something went wrong. And
yeah, definitely.
Are you telling all now? Are you telling all?
Come on, come again, honorable man, come and fight me again. Probably something went wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the truth. The president decided to say, look, I'm taking the action because in my opinion, when I read that particular report, I knew, look, that report, I feel the president, that report did not name any entity or individuals.
Has there been similar reports like that before?
Diplomatically, some of those people may have explained things to the presidency or to the president. What went wrong?
Judge, please.
Yeah.
Judge.
Yes,
Has
sir.
there been similar reports like that before, prior to President Braca?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's been like that, but no action taken, nothing.
Oh,
So
okay, all right.
These are the actions. If I order what happened there, these are the actions that encourage potential investors in the country. If I order it happen, I know Minister Pei, he's a very good guy. He's been very strong. Former Secretary General of the Unity Party, former Chairman of the Unity Party. He's a partisan of the Unity Party. So for the president to look at him and take such action against him, that's why he came out to say, this government job is like you borrow somebody's coat. So it means that despite the influence I have in the party, if I can be removed,
Former chairman,
former Secretary General,
strategists of the party,
strategists of the party, just recently, senatorial candidate, 2023 for the party. That tells you that you yourself, no matter who you are not safe. If at all you make mistake, you'll be going out. So that's why I understood from there.
So you should find T-shirt to wear.
So,
yeah.
Sova, and George, let me tell you thank you, Sova. George, and let me also say thank you to my brother from the UAE, Sova. The president doesn't have to say, look, my man, I dismiss you because of this and that.
Yeah.
On your soccer team, the man who is making the game, who is scoring the goal, you don't replace that man.
Yeah.
When they take you from the team, it means that you're not showing up. And if you are not showing up, that dismissal. They don't have to tell you.
No other term for that.
You can take the man. You can take your man. You have the man for the next game.
So
you're
I would disagree with you on probably if a Republican in power and they got this Republican minister and the Republican that's something there again. But Democrat they can look at that person when that person supported and they can say, well, man, come back. So that's why I say, maybe
sometimes the release from the president make us to wonder, right? After they did all of the changes with the various names, at the conclusion of the release, what I'm looking at. It said here, Mr. President Bouakai extend appreciation to outgoing officials for their dedicated services and call on the new appointee to serve with integrity.
Diplomatic language.
Well, you are diplomatic team, man. So
diplomatic language. The president is a diplomat. He doesn't want to.
But in the same vein, the next
are you
week,
saying that the president is only expressing it, but he doesn't mean it?
no, but
I'm not.
No, that's the question.
I'm not a trained diplomat. But from what I hear and see from diplomats, they can be angry at you about shouting praises at you while punishing you.
But
so
that's in the language from time to time.
Okay.
The president have to thank you for your services and then say XYZ or so. But even the folks that were relieved from that job, the next appointment, one of them appear again. Their name appear at another
position,
institutions or so.
Okay, so gentlemen, finally, let's try to treat this final topic before we can close up. The president today addressed an economic roundtable in Paris, promoting Liberia as a trusted destination for investment. But the president said something which I want us to talk about quickly before we can close. Let me read this part. President Joseph Yuma Bouakai Sr. today addressed an economic roundtable organized under the auspices of the movement, the enterprises, France, France's largest employer federation, as part of efforts to attract foreign investment and strengthen bilateral economic ties between Liberia and France. The high-level engagement held in Paris is in line with President Boubacar's ongoing initiative to diversify Liberia's foreign policy and reposition the nation as a trusted destination for trade and investment in West Africa. Let me go further. He has addressed President Joseph Boakai, presented Liberia's national development blueprint, the arrest agenda for inclusive development, which prioritizes agriculture, roads, infrastructure, rule of law, education, sanitation, and tourism. He outlined Liberia's improving business environment and extended a warm invitation to French investors to explore the country's growing opportunities, emphasizing that Liberia is embracing a new beginning rooted in self-discipline, reconciliation, and an uncompromising fight against corruption. Then Daniel, the president, said, in a powerful appeal to his audience, President Boubacar said, please do not judge us by the past. The culture of Liberia is not dishonesty. Give us the chance to prove that today marks a new day for Liberia and that we want to be respected as a country. Let me ask, Mr. Edwin Famula, what's your takeaway from that?
Well, I think
what was the message that the president was trying to send out, and was he also in that message trying to throw jabs at the previous administration?
No, I don't. I would start. I would start with the latter. I don't think he was trying to throw jabs. I think he was trying to speak to the investors that, look, if you have any preconceived notion that these people are just corrupt people, so we don't want to go in there and throw our money, and then at the end of the day we have to run out. I think he was trying to just caution them that, look, gone are the days that those things were happening in Liberia. Now you can trust us. You can come in there and let's do business. In fact, from that particular meeting today, both countries agreed to establish, I think, French Chamber of Commerce. So I think by early next year, a team from France will be coming to Liberia, and then a team from Liberia, so that they can start the process. But I think it speaks to the eagerness or the vigorous on the part of this president to make sure that we can have the private sector booming. Now, let us not forget that we have Total in Liberia. They've come in to invest into our offshore petroleum sector. They're coming to spend maybe close to $1 billion because drilling 4 wells is not an easy, or cheap process or so. So in order to be able to encourage other businesses to say, okay, yes, Total has taken a giant step. They're investing in Liberia. We have a very good climate. So other businesses, maybe other investment can start, coming in. Right here, Ivory Coast, we have a lot of French companies there. So are they looking at trying to extend branches into Liberia? But they have to be able to get that kind of, confidence, because good money don't like bad place. Okay. And somebody have to be able to tell you that, look, if you're thinking that this place is bad, it's not that, it was bad before, because once you get out there, you hear all the negative things.
What was the part that the president was talking about?
Well,
that don't judge us by our past.
Well, the past could be our dark days where we were here fighting, or there were tyrannical governments in this country.
That your
I'm coming now. There were governments here that were considered tyrant. People believe that our justice system here not working properly. So people are afraid that if they bring that investment and they invest and there is issue to go to court, do they believe in your justice system? So all of those things, he's trying to say that we've made some reform, and now you can trust in the system.
Okay.
So in order for to be able to move forward, we're going to have this whole, protection stuff to be able to protect the investment.
Okay, let's go here. Representative Mulba, what's your understanding of what the president said? Don't judge us by our past. Today marks a new beginning.
My brother Sober and the rest of the panelists, let's just get it clear, right? That identical tool, we cannot change it.
New UP there.
Referring to past government, don't judge us by the past. We were referring to past government. Something happened that our hand cannot get on. But on the other hand, from the investment aside, from the investment climate, like when I told you, I said serve with integrity, you said it's diplomatic. That's the diplomatic tool. So I would like to consider that as an investment tool where you encourage the investor, where you encourage them, you motivate them, right? So
You're laughing. Continue.
The green man, the new green man, the new green man.
Nobody knows them that no.
Okay, let's hear from Oliver. Oliver, what's your understanding of what the president said?
Well, so you know, France has been in Liberia for some time. In fact, almost all of the time, and they've been involved with so many businesses. One of which has to do with the rubber sector. As we speak right now in Maryland County, what you have there as an Sifka from the Africa Coast is linked to a French group called Société Internationale de Plantation. Now that group is a French-based company that took over from the Belgian group that were operating CRC. So it means that France has a serious interest in Liberia. So to see our president going there, you know, to have such an elaborate meeting with investors, is a good sign. And for the last thing he said, now don't look at our past. Our past could be our dark days. And obviously it could be our most recent days, you know, when certain, So, so I mean, we just have to say thank you to the president for making our country to be recognized by so many countries. As I learned, he'll be coming to the UAE. If that happens, he's going to meet investors here in Dubai if he comes here. As I learned, he's going to be here, you know, anytime soon. Yeah.
Okay, let's go there. Mr. Kennedy, let's hear you. Well, what's your interpretation?
I will even go deeper to 1980.
That's a dark past.
Benedict Turbo caught in the French embassy, murdered. The French pulled out of Liberia. That was a very bad thing to happen. Someone running from death, escaped, and entered the embassy of a superpower nation. And we went, took him out, butchered him, or some people say bury him alive. Liberia not being the kind of country that was a powerful country. France could not declare war. France could not take much action, but pull out. That's one of the dark days, dark past that probably President Boakai was making reference to. Liberia is safe. What happened yesterday is not going to happen again. Come home. Another very practical thing was, in the most recent past years, there were allegations that investors to see the president, you had to bribe some way to see the president. Right envelope.
But it was just in the report. No, it was in the report recently. No, don't bring that up.
But specifically, people were named and they were sanctioned. They were sanctioned for search, corruption, and other things. So we have not reached that level yet. We have not. No, I mean in the past. So it could be that. Already, it's a very strong message from the president encouraging the rest of the world to come here.
Okay, so gentlemen, finally, before we take leave, normally there's this whole public expectation especially when the leader of the country travels out. And I know that expectation is still lingering. In fact, if you go through the social media, you see many people asking why they said that we're going to receive again as the president left, spending taxpayers' money and not much coming out. Let me begin with you, Mr. Edwin Farmola. Do you think people who argued this sort of, or who propound this sort of arguments that every time the president goes out, there should be dividends, you think they are wrong? Is it that they don't understand how diplomacy works or what?
I think they are totally wrong. But again, sometimes it's based on ignorance, because you do not expect the president of the nation to go meet his counterpart and beg him, say, please give me $500,000 or give me $10 million. Let me take it to my people. No leaders does that. Now, when the leaders reach out there in form of diplomacy, is to be able to attract investment back home. Sometimes there are bilateral talk outside of, the cameras. The leader will go there and say, look, we need this, we need infrastructure, we need roads, we have these challenges or so. How can you help? And some of them will say, look, you know what? We will give you guys this in the form of grant. Like when the president went to China for the China-Africa Summit, now we're seeing the dividend with the overhead bridge. The construction have started as you're driving along the is it the Tottenham Boulevard going down to ERW still? The works have already started.
Now, that was a project that started on former president.
No, but they were put to pause.
Let me say this.
No.
Former President Salih.
But no, it started from former President Salih. Yes. The Chinese made that commitment. It paused. I'm coming. That project should have started under the President Weah's regime, but there was some slack in diplomacy between Liberia and China because we were voting against China's interests.
We did a slack. What?
All right. Now, and President Boakai came and gave them the assurance that we are going to continue with the one China policy, and we'll make sure that we protect China interests in Liberia and within the sub-region. So definitely, that entire China to come back and say, look, it's time for me to engage with Liberia.
So is it wrong for people to always have expectation when a leader goes out?
It's wrong because
why?
Because the leaders are not going to pack money.
The leader is spending taxpayers' money to go out.
So the dividend that will come after that leader will be the investment, will be the grant, will be the projects that will be done by those countries that he has visited. President Boakai is in China now. I'm not saying China, in France right now, right? He's talking with the business, the biggest business forum in France, and they have made a commitment that in the beginning of the next year they will be sending a delegation to Liberia to come and establish this China Liberia
France.
So what makes it wrong? What makes it wrong for the people to have expectation when the leaders go out?
No, because expectation in terms of what money he's bringing back home. Foreign leaders don't just have the money laying out in their bedroom to say.
No, they are not talking about money's coming back home. They are talking about the dividends of the trip.
But those are the dividends. I just named them. President Boakai came from China. He brought dividend. President Boakai went to the US. He brought some dividend back. Ivan Hogue.
Okay.
Ivan Hogue. Now this whole 3 years stuff. And there are many more coming.
Garcia coming, right? Okay.
Let's leave Garcia out of this.
Let's hear from you, Representative Molba.
I like controversy.
Let me just say this.
No, I just let's hear from you, Representative Molba.
In the environment of lobbying, lobbying, right? We look at the exploring of opportunity, where you go and explore to gain opportunity for your people. So with the president going, I will not consider that a waste of taxpayer money because he's going to lobby. It's almost like when you are exploring for oil. Sometimes you go through by almost 160, like in Senegal, they dug 160 borehole and they did not find oil. So going out there to look for opportunity is something good for Liberia. I must commend the president for that. But before getting there, what you need to do first is to strengthen your bilateral relationship. over the year, it was not as strong with France. By going there to create that connection, will create more opportunity for us. And some opportunity could be the issue of infrastructure development, the issue of agriculture, the issue of education, right? There are so many opportunities there. When you just sit down in your executive mansion, you will not get hints on those opportunities. So it's very important that the president get out there, lobby it. He may not have it now, but in the future.
The question we are asking Representative Mulba, is it wrong for the people to have expectation when that leaders go out? Is it wrong?
It's wrong because everything is not about money. The concept
What
of money
makes it wrong? When the president, when the president is using taxpayers' money, when the president is taking along a delegation of individuals, then you say it's the person you have expectation?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Now, out of the trip will be based on expectation. It could just be to strengthen bilateral relationship. It got nothing to do with.
When you strengthen bilateral relationship, what next come? What
it
next
will not
come?
be the same day. It will not be the same day. As soon as
Fine,
the
so
president
just say, I want to say,
the president flying.
no, I want to say they shouldn't have. They should have immediate.
You're not telling me what to say. You're
No,
not
but
telling me what to say.
Okay, let me hold you there. Let me go to Oliver. Let's hear from you. Let's tell you what to say. Oliver, let's hear from you.
Yeah, so you see, there is that disease that is affecting so many people. Affecting so many people. There is something called parasitic mindset or entitlement mentality. That is one of the diseases that is holding many people down. You feel entitled. You want to be like a parasite all the time. When the president travels out, in fact, I can remember when the president went to the US, where our half-lot maiden said he was speaking good English, he would not bring back good English. Today, we saw at the end of everything that 1 year, visa is extended to 3 years. It's called delayed gratitude. In the country, people are interested
Is that title Garcia coming?
Oh, now you see now. No, Sabo, wait. Yeah, Sabo, so let me learn. So, yeah.
Go ahead.
So what I was saying is that we should not always, be opting for instant gratitude, but instead we wait to see what happens at the end of all these diplomatic meetings. The president is pushing how do I call it? The issues of the Liberian people to the world, and the world will decide. They know exactly what we want.
You are not answering my question.
Money
wrong for the people to have expectation.
That makes it wrong. No, Saba. Having expectation is good, but if your expectation is resulting to entitlement, you feel entitled. Meanwhile, you did nothing to earn anything. Just simply because your president went to visit somebody, they should give him money. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work that way. In other words, you're saying to us, when the president goes out, you should just go and beg. Just a begging kind of president. Begging for money.
Why wouldn't you beg when you have an arrest agenda to effectuate?
Saba, diplomatically, we don't beg people. We discuss the issue and we put forth. We share business ideas. You have interest, you come. We're not going to sell our country. He didn't pay the money to go back football game. We want to discuss issues.
Okay, level, we're about to go, Josh, quickly. Is it wrong?
I think the people are right.
Okay, thank you, George.
I think they are right.
I
like to be no, they are right. a country like Liberia that is very poor in terms of its infrastructure and other things. When they elect a leader, and if that person is stepping out of the country, going to superpower countries, especially, the people will expect that something will come in return.
Yeah.
Whether it is delayed, whether it is immediate, we expect. Like me, I expect something to come from France. I would like to be very honest.
Representative Molbapa doesn't expect anything.
I expect something to come from the US. I expect something to come from the US. And they are on their way. I saw $100 million.
Okay.
But even China, I saw $100 million investment in agriculture coming. I've seen a lot of concession agreements now going to the legislature. Those are the things that we expect in return as Liberians, because they will help boost the private sector, they will help create jobs. So I feel so bad when I see good number of young people, hundreds of thousands of young people riding keke and motorbike to survive. I think this private sector, strong private sector investment will help to ease that type of thing. So I pray that President Bouaka will win big. We're hearing about some big news in the making. We don't know the details here.
You intend to break the news?
We don't know the details here from France. So we hope that it's be very big, because now I can see some Liberians comparing President Weah former President Weah, when he went to France, he came back with 10 million euro.
Did we see that money?
So they said, rice, that 10 million euros. President Bouaka will give from France. And, it is good. This type of pressure is a necessary pressure. In my view, it's a necessary pressure. For people, for all the
So basically, what we're saying here, we are saying that the people should not have some expectation of their leaders. But when you have this entitlement spirit and start to actually say, when this man was president, he went to France, he brought in $10 million or so. That's why I just asked my brother George that we just heard about that money. We didn't even see it or know where it went. Well, maybe it was using Honorable Moloba District if you get a test to it, but I've never seen it.
Oh yeah, maybe.
But the issue here is that our people are yearning for development. Yeah.
No time.
They are yearning for a lot, So definitely they should have that expectation from their leaders. But if it reach to the point you start throwing jobs and having entitlement, that good speech we eat or that good English we eat, why is he bringing from there? We'll put food on our table. Then you're being hypocritical. Then you don't understand how diplomatic works. Because the president, like Moses said, the president is not going to be begging his counterpart. Mind you, now they are our president. Yes, of course, you are from an underdeveloped countries. So you go there, you want to exchange ideas, you want to put forth opportunities. That there are people who have the resources, can look at those opportunities and make a decision to come and invest.
Money all the time.
So that they will be able to, build the kind of for jobs and things for your people.
Okay, so gentlemen, let me thank all of you for coming. Join us on.
Let me tell you now, we use the money now. We use it on. A kick aircraft.
They kick free.
We have to go.
The coastal highway.
We have to go. Thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate your time. We'll be here again by God's grace next Monday for a fresh edition of the program. But before we go, let me just try to recognize some of our viewers. Levi SK Logan, he said, been watching from Ganta City, Nima County. Gloria Boyus passed away. She's been watching from the USA. Ophelia S. George been watching from home. Niwe Abel from Grand Jita County been watching. Vinicius Jillian Bai from Borough of Nuku Town. Sidiki Trawari, he didn't say from where. Joyce P. Kong from ELWA. Marcia Joe, didn't say from where. Morris C. Gibbo, didn't say from where. John U. Kiedi, didn't say from where. Geneva A. Conan, didn't say from where. Moses Momolu from the US. Okay, well, gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. We can call the names. Join us. That's next Monday for another fascinating edition of the program. Until then, Sabo George is my name. Have a pleasant and restful night.